Hello grapplers and welcome to a new video. This is a follow-up to the video I made about Crouching Medium Punch. First of all, this is not new. Crouching Medium Punch has been used before as a whiff punisher. Let's check some case scenarios before we get into it. You'll see that this player went for a drive rush, held the drive rush, and Kobayan did SPD. He did it on reaction to the parry, but he got a counter hit SPD because the Dalsim player was drive rushing forwards. And he got 3,300. No Oki, so he has to drive rush again. Spoiler alert, Kobayan won this fight, but it was a pretty long fight. When someone is drive rushing in your face, you're gonna get a counter hit. That is one option. And you keep the opponent in the corner, so you can do something like this. And almost take the win. Or you use something like this. And maybe use super and take the win. Or something like this. Same scenario, but now the SPD actually kills. And of course you can do more, like this. Keep the opponent in the corner, you have options. Let's take a look at this fight between two Zangief players, Tiburon and Crux from Chile. Crux went for that standing heavy punch, he whiffed, and this is what Tiburon did, a standing medium punch. He got 840. Let's compare. Of course you can go for sweep. You have to take a little bit of a step, but you can do it. 3,180. If you really want to maximize your damage, you can go into something like this. 4,218. That is huge damage compared to just using the standing medium punch. To no one's surprise, it does make a difference to use Crouching Medium Punch and use it correctly. Very quickly, the things I mentioned before. If you get a regular Crouching Medium Punch, these combos. If someone blocks this is a true block string. Counter hit, you can go into headbutt. You can do this combo, which is pretty decent, or you can go for the reset. And here go for something with that +4. Now there's a few things I didn't know, and now we're gonna cover them. First of all, Crouching Medium Punch actually combos in counter hit, not even punish counter hit, into the standing heavy kick. This is something I didn't expect. I never really tried to go for Crouching Medium Punch into any heavy unless I have punish counter. Knowing this, as I said before, if someone is drive rushing or you're trying to frame trap with Crouching Medium Punch and you recognize they're standing, this is 30-60. The same damage you would get from Crouching Medium Punch, DRC, standing heavy punch. What about Hellstab? Hellstab combos into a lot of things, but most importantly, it combos into this, naturally, and also on block, this is a true block string. You can also do this as a true block string from Hellstab, you're gonna be +2 and way closer. In counter hit, Hellstab can go counter hit and punish counter. You can go into the standing heavy kick. And the damage is the same, pretty decent damage, 3,180. Hellstab forces standing, so every time you get a counter hit or punish counter Hellstab, you will always go into standing heavy kick because it will naturally combo. And there's something extra I didn't know. I only got this after I started testing. Punish counter Hellstab can actually combo into headbutt. You're gonna do a little bit under 3k with this combo. You might argue here that this is not necessary, because you already have the Hellstab standing heavy kick, punish counter or counter hit. Why would you want to go for headbutt? Let me show you something very interesting. I'm gonna start with a counter hit Crouching Medium Punch. For some reason you want to go for super level 3 with only one DRC, which is the Crouching Medium Punch. You need to hold forwards, do the 720, so you need to do something like this. You're gonna do 5,047. That combo is pretty complicated. You can somewhat solve this by going to the headbutt Hellstab OD Lariat super level 3. Way easier. You don't have to hold forwards. 4,919. You can optimize this in a very unusual way, which is by using two stumps. You'll see that you're gonna do a little bit more damage than 4,919. And it's actually pretty easy to do, you might ask. I mean, it's cool that you do more damage with your two stomps. Thank you for telling me this is actually optimal, but I want to do more damage. If you're whiff punishing with Hellstab, you already know by now that you can go into headbutt. Let's check the damage first just by doing Hellstab punish counter, DRC standing heavy kick, Hellstab, hold forwards, OD Lariat, super level 3. This is a little bit easier than the standing heavy punch combo, to be honest. And you're gonna do 5,167. If instead of going for that complicated combo, you do the same combo I mentioned before with the 2 stumps, 5,054. I know there's a little bit of difference between the two, but you're still doing more than 50% for a very easy combo. However, there are some caveats. Hellstab is great to punish mids and highs. It's really difficult to punish a low or a button that has a really low hurtbox. You still need to do crouching medium punch for those. And if you go for the crouching medium punch, headbutt, double stomp, OD lariat, you're gonna do less than 50%, which is still high, but not high enough. Because ideally, if you want to use super level 3 and 5 dry meters, because that's what you require to do this combo, you at least need to do more than 50%. I think the first step when you're learning how to use crouching medium punch as a punish counter is that crouching medium punch punish counter and counter hit both combo into headbutt. The second thing is recognizing when you get the punish counter version and you go into the standing heavy punch. The final thing is you recognizing when you get the counter hit and they are standing, or punish counter and they are standing, because you can go very easily into this. If you want to use super level 3, go for the 2 stumps, OD lariat, super level 3, the combo I showed before. If you don't want to use your super level 3, just finish the combo with lariat. Not OD lariat, lariat. You don't want to spend that much dry meter. So no matter if you get a counter hit or a punish counter and you go into headbutt Hellstab, you need to do the super level 2 after your Hellstab. And that's going to increase your damage significantly, especially if you get this one. That's why it is important to recognize if they are standing to go for the standing heavy kick, because this will deal 4,098 if you just go for the jackhammer. The next step in your journey to whiff punish is to use Hellstab. And as you know, counter hit or punish counter Hellstab, you can always go into standing heavy kick and do this combo. Next step is recognizing the punish counter, so you can go into headbutt. And in the case you want to go for super level 2 instead of super level 3, then you can just go for super level 2 after every Hellstab you get. This 4,218. Let me show you just some random scenarios that could happen. You might be thinking, but Kerplunk, I can get headbutt. Well, the issue with using headbutt in these specific scenarios is that you're gonna scale your combo. $2,710. And sure, you don't use meter here, but the corner carry and damage is so good with Hellstab. Even crouching medium punch in this case. All of that just because you whiff punish a throw. And of course, you can do something like that. Crouching medium punch is short. It's really hard to use, but if you get used to standing where you have to, you're gonna whiff punish more things than you think. I hope this clarifies and gives way more information about the crouching medium punch. Let me know what you're doing with the button, because I really want to see how much you can push this. I feel there's some untapped potential for that whiff punisher, especially Hellstab. That doesn't mean you don't have to use sweep. You have to mix all of your whiff punishers. And of course, the elephant in the room, something I haven't really tested, so I cannot really confirm nor deny whiff punish with SPD. But that is for the future Kerplunk, not me, not today. Go to the Siberia Live. I've been playing Zangief, and probably at this point, Sagat might already be released, so I should be playing a little bit of Sagat too. Take care of yourselves, keep playing grapplers, and I'm gonna be seeing you in the next one. Hydrate, bye bye.